Welcome to Life in Calgary, Alberta. I'm your host, Patrick Murray. If it's your first time to this channel and you want to know what it's like to eat, sleep, breathe, drink Calgary, Alberta, and you want to know the 15 things you don't know about Calgary, Alberta, then you are in the right place. Just make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you click that little bell too so you get notified every time I drop a new video. All right, guys, so I got to tell you, I've lived here for a long time now, 21, almost 22 years since 2001. And in that time, I've learned a lot about the city. And because of the industry that I'm in, I know a lot about this town. So if you're thinking of moving here and you want some help, my information is below. Feel free to reach me out with text, email, phone call, whatever. I field calls from people all the time, and I love helping people. All right, so without any further ado, let's get into the top 15 things you don't know about life in Calgary, Alberta. All right, guys, 15 things you don't know about life in Calgary, Alberta. Let's get into things now. Now, I've got a few notes here, and these are in no particular order, but these are things that I found interesting. So let's get rolling. Number one, there's a right and a wrong way to say Calgary. That's right. So it's spelled Calgary. And my wife busts me all the time because I always say Calgary. And when you're new to the city or when you're visiting, you say it like it's written, Calgary, Calgary. But you know what? That's how people know that you're not from here when you say Calgary, when you really emphasize that second A. The way you pronounce it is Calgary. You don't pronounce that second A. In fact, we'll be out somewhere and I'll be out with my wife and we may be meeting somebody new and I'll say Calgary and they'll be like, oh, so how long have you lived here? Oh, 21, 22 years. My wife, she's got her head in her hand. She's like, you doofus. It's Calgary. Get it right already. In fact, during this video, you're probably going to catch me saying Calgary, not Calgary. And if you do, feel free to count and keep track in the comments and let me know how many times I've flubbed up. So that's number one, guys. Number two, I thought we had some really interesting demographics and I thought I should probably share them with you. So we have 1.4 million people living in Calgary. And the median age here is actually quite young. It's 37.2 years of age. We're the third most diverse city in Canada with more than 120 languages spoken in the city, which I think is pretty exciting. So we are truly an international center. Man, we are a very large city landmass wise. And let me tell you, I know that from practicing real estate because I'm driving all over the city. In fact, it's 848 square kilometers, and that is 327 square miles. So that's number two. Number three, guys, Calgary's slogan is onward. No, I didn't know that. I was doing some research and I just learned about it. And you know what? I like it. It's simple, it's succinct, and it's very progressive. And what it means basically is Calgary's future is being built through smart decision making today. So I like it. So that's our slogan, onward. Number four, guys, Calgary is ranked number 3 in the world as the most livable city in 2022. Now that's super exciting. And not only that, we're the highest ranking in all of Canada as well. The ranking was completed by the Economist Intelligence Unit, which ranked 172 cities from around the globe according to their global livability index. So that's exciting. And we're also considered one of the cleanest cities in the world, ranking number 1 in 2004 and 2005 on Keep America's Beautiful's list of America's cleanest cities. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Say that real fast. And we still rank quite high as well. So, and I gotta say, it is a clean city. I've lived in a lot of cities, and I do find Calgary to be a pretty clean city too. So that is number 4 on my list. Number 5 of the 15 things you don't know about life in Calgary, Alberta, is we have more volunteers per capita than any other city in Canada. Now that's exciting. So if you need help, this is the place to be. Volunteerism is alive and well. And I got to tell you, that just makes me so incredibly proud to live here. So that's awesome. Number 6, Calgary is Canada's sunniest city with 333 average days of sunlight or sunshine days per year. Of course, there's sunlight of sunshiny days per year. And that's 23 hours of sunshine per year. So even today, overnight, we got a massive dump of snow last night, 20 to 25 centimeters of snow. And my back is, let me tell you, I've shoveled a couple times a day. I'll be out again. It's trying to snow again right now. But earlier there was a break and the sunshine was trying to come out. And that's just the type of city we are. So that's good to know. Number 7 on my list, Calgary has the greatest number of millionaires per capita in any city in Canada. I didn't know that. Wow, that says that Calgary is a very prosperous place to live, and that's exciting. And I think that may explain a little bit the high volunteerism rate in Calgary as well. Perhaps some of these people have a little more time in their hands and they're able to give back more. Doesn't matter to me as long as that volunteerism is happening. That's fantastic. So interesting. All right, guys. Number 8 on my 15 things you don't know about life in Calgary, Alberta. Calgary has a plus 15 system in the downtown core. Now, a plus 15 system is aptly named because it means all the bridges that connect buildings in the downtown core are 15 feet above street level, so traffic and trucks can pass underneath it. Now, unfortunately, this also means that we're not going to have any double-decker buses anytime soon in our city because they're not going to pass underneath these bridges. But the system connects more than 130 buildings in the downtown core and growing, with over 68 plus 15 bridges and growing to date, and it's over 16 kilometers long and growing. So what this means is in the winter months, you don't have to go outside. In those hot summer days too, you don't have to go outside. If you work in the downtown core and you got meetings, etc., you can walk from building to building so you can stay nice and toasty in the winter, nice and cool in the summertime. And at the same time, you're not fighting with traffic. You're going through those buildings. You're going straight to your destination through these tunnels, through buildings, as opposed to waiting at cross lights, etc., etc. Now, number 9, if you're thinking of moving here, Calgary has 4 major post-secondary institutions. One is the University of Calgary. We also have Mount Royal University. We have the Southern Alberta Institute of Technology, known as SAIT. And we have the Alberta College of Arts and Design. So if you're thinking of moving here and you want to further your education, good news, we're here to help. All right, guys, number 10 on my list of the 15 things you don't know about life in Calgary, Alberta is we have a thriving and ever-growing arts scene in our city. We have dozens of live theater companies throughout the city, and it's a great place here in Calgary to come and see live music, the opera, ballet, and more. So let me give you an example. So last month, my wife went to a Theatre Calgary event. She watched a play. Earlier this month, as a family, we went to the opera, which was something we've never done as a family. My wife's been, but my kids and I have never been before, and it was very cool. We saw the Revolution of Steve Jobs opera, so that was really cool. So that was something we did. We also went to the ballet just before Christmas to see the Nutcracker, and there were a few different ballet companies out there besides the Royal Alberta Ballet, which is also stationed here in the city. And a lot more. Of course, you can go to pubs and other venues to see music and other plays, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a great place for the arts. So if you're thinking of furthering your career in the arts, Calgary is a hub. It's ever growing, and we're super proud of that too. Number 11 is, did you know that Canada's National Music Centre is located right here in Calgary, Alberta? That's right. It's known as Studio Bell. Now, first and foremost, I got to tell you, it's a real cool building from the exterior. And there's a story around how it was developed and built and why they used the materials they did. I'm not going to get into that here, but it's very cool architecturally. It's equally cool architecturally inside as well. And it's a great place to see the ever-changing exhibits and learn about the Canadian music scene and the musicians from Canada. And it also features some live performances from time to time as well. And it's well worth a visit. Now, I got to tell you, you can buy yearly passes here as well. And if you've got small kids, it's well worth it to do so. So when my kids were small, before they were going to school, we would buy yearly pass because in the wintertime, there were some days maybe it wasn't great to go to the zoo, that sort of thing. There are lots of great days in the winter to go to the zoo, but sometimes not every day when it's really cold. So instead, we'd pack up a little lunch, take them to the National Music Center. They would love it. They would love all the exhibits. I would love it. My wife would love it. We learn lots at the same time, and it's a great outing. So I highly recommend if you've got small children, get yourself a pass. Number 12 on my 15 things you don't know about life in Calgary, Alberta, is Calgary has a world-class public library. Now, that I did know, but I didn't know to what extent. We are ranked number 6 in North America as the most used library. Now that's pretty exciting. Maybe that speaks to the literacy level here in our city. I don't know, but that's pretty exciting news to me. Now, the library is also listed as the top 52, the Central Library, I should say, is the top 52 things to see by the New York Times. And that's because it is an architectural marvel. So you got to see it from the outside. It is a stunning and beautiful building. We should be so proud. I'm extremely proud that we have it. Our light rail transit, or C train, runs underneath it as well. And it's a great place for families. So my kids and I go there at least every couple of weeks to get some new books. Inside, it is a stunning building as well. So trust me, bring your camera because you're going to take some pictures. And of course, there are some fantastic programs there. There are meeting rooms, et cetera, et cetera. So go check out the public library, the main branch especially. Number 13 on my list of 15 things you don't know about life in Calgary, Alberta, has to do with our world-class Calgary Stampede. Now, the Calgary Stampede is known as the greatest outdoor show on earth, but did you know that it features the world's largest rodeo? So I knew our rodeo was large. I didn't realize it was the world's largest rodeo. And I got to tell you, that's my favorite part about the Calgary Stampede. I think I said Calgary. Calgary Stampede. All right, guys. So you know what? It's so popular. If you watch that show Yellowstone, even one of the characters on there talks about the rodeo in Calgary and how he talks so lovingly about it and how it was like one of the greatest things in his life that he witnessed, the greatest rodeo that he's been to. And I got to tell you, it's awesome. It's one of my favorite things to do. Go check it out. All right, we're winding down here. We've just got 2 items left here on my 15 things you don't know about life in Calgary, Alberta. Now, these are really important, so pay attention. Number 14, the Caesar was invented in Calgary, Alberta. Yeah, the drink, the Caesar. I know, super popular, enjoyed by many. It was developed in Calgary in 1969 by Walter Chell at the Calgary Inn, which is now known as the Westin Hotel. And so next time you're out enjoying a Caesar, think of Calgary. And number 15, guys, on my list is the popular Chinese food dish, ginger beef. Yeah, you know it. You order in Chinese food with your family. You've heard of it. It's one of your favorites. You get it all the time. Guess what? It was invented here in Calgary. That's right. Here in Calgary, Alberta, in the 1970s by Chef George Wong at the Silver Inn restaurant. Ah, amazing. All right, guys, I just need to know a little bit of information about you, about what makes you tick, and about what you would need for your life in Calgary, Alberta. So this would mean, are you looking for a property in the inner city, or do you prefer to be in the suburbs? Do you want to be able to walk to work, or do you want to get to the mountains often? Do you want to live in a condo or a townhouse because you don't like exterior maintenance and it's going to impede on your lifestyle? Or do you want a semi-detached home or a detached home because you want a yard for a dog or for your kids, that sort of thing? So these are all a few questions that I just need answered so that I can help put you in a great property. Again, my information is below. Reach out anytime because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you start your life in Calgary, Alberta.